Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 7th Annual GI Cancer Patient Summit. I am joined by my very good friend and colleague in this space, Mary McCusker, who oversees and runs the amazing organization, Hope Connections, that's been a longtime partner of the Ruesch Center. And we are so excited to bring you yet again our high-level, very important content for our GI cancer patients out there. And so the purpose of our meeting is to really go over disease-specific information and education for our patients and families, and really give you some new tools and new language so that you can have a better experience as a cancer patient, if you will, and caregiver and family. So I am so excited to introduce to you all, I know her very well, Mary McCusker, who is the president and CEO of Hope Connections for Cancer Support. Mary, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, John. I think that we were hopeful that we were going to be back in person this year, but I'm going to look at the silver lining of this. And I think sometimes it's hard to look at the silver lining of COVID. And other than being able to wear my yoga pants to work almost every day, it is the fact that we can reach a wider audience. And I'm excited that even when we are back in next year, in person, fingers crossed, that we will have the ability to have a hybrid version so we can still have our friends that are joining us coast to coast this morning.
And Mary and Hope Connections are about to open soon, we hope, your brand new building for everybody. And just an incredible new space that if you haven't had a chance to go out and see it, what's our timeline on being open and ready to go?
We are looking at September for our open house and to be able to start up programs again. So again, another fingers crossed. So
it's amazing that you're able to do what you've done through all of that time. So we have a full morning ahead for you all. We are going to give you a brief overview of where we are within each of our groups. And then we will turn it over to Dr. Weinberg and Dr. Braun, as you see there. Then I will be back with Dr. Brown to talk about GI cancer research, the management tools, and supporting the caregiver. And so you have all of this great content, we hope efficiently and interestingly delivered for you. The first of these breakouts is Miles Braun and Dr. Ben Weinberg, both of whom are outstanding clinicians. It's really to focus on this increasingly important aspects of integrative medicine in cancer care. And I know you'll want to listen in on that and get perspective on that. And I know, Mary, you guys really fill this void for many of our patients with mind, body, and yoga type programming, right?
Absolutely. For the folks that don't know about Hope Connections, we know that there's so much more to a cancer diagnosis. We have the docs like Dr. Marshall and all of his colleagues that help with that medical side. But for the physical and emotional side, that's where Hope Connections comes in. We offer cancer-specific support groups, as well as a GI cancer support group that is the fourth Thursday of every month. And we have an array of mind-body programs. So everything from yoga to Pilates, to mind-body boxing, meditation, you name it, and also educational programs. And back to that silver lining again of COVID, that we have been able to get amazing speakers from all over the country. And our program director, Stephanie Stern, does a great job with that, getting the best speakers in the area.
Mind body boxing. I gotta do that. I don't know what even that is, but I'm going to try that. Let me finish up with the agenda here real quick. Is that I'm then joined by Dr. Alicia Brown, who is not only a patient but a researcher in this space, and she and I will discuss where we are with new therapies. And then Lee Jones and Dr. Marcus Noel are going to talk about GI cancer management tools for patients, families, and caregivers to improve the interface, if you will, with your healthcare team. And then finally, Martha Raymond and Jasmine Greenmeyer will come and give you a discussion about taking care of that caregiver. As a former caregiver myself, I can't tell you how important it is to have that kind of support. I do want to give a particular shout out to those who are helping to support us with AbbVie, Taiho, Natera, and Bayer, helping to support our programming. for this annual event. And just for those of you who are more familiar with Hope Connections, maybe, and not so much with the Ruesch Center, we were founded back in 2009 with an idea of taking our increasing knowledge in the molecular medicine and translational research space and bringing that patient-centered philosophy to really improve outcomes for all patients with GI cancers. And our major areas of focus are research, cutting-edge research, delivering cures, to engage, connect, empower our GI cancer patients and their caregivers, and to educate and support our medical and patient communities. And as you see, we have colleagues around the world all rowing in the same direction to try and improve outcomes for GI cancers, because we know we can't do it just by ourselves. Mary, give us another little overview of where you are with Hope Connections.
Absolutely. I got excited to share about all the work that we are doing at Hope Connections. So all of our groups are professionally facilitated by licensed professionals and instructors. And very importantly, all of our services are offered free of charge to the patient, because we know all of the other things that go into a cancer diagnosis financially, and we did not want to add to that burden. So we fundraise all year long so that we are able to offer these services free of charge, and not just to the patient, to the caregiver. Dr. Marshall mentioned that he was a caregiver. I have been a former caregiver as well. And sometimes that's the person that can be forgotten. So if you're a caregiver out there today, please look into our caregiver support groups. We have weekly, one in the evening, one at lunchtime, to try and accommodate schedules. And again, all of our Mind Body programs are offered to the caregiver as well. And you check us out online. Just because you have a chat with us does not mean to say that we're locking you into a 5-year contract. You know, if it's a good fit, it might not be a great fit right now. It might be a good fit 6 months down the road. But it's just important to know that that resource is out there and available.
That's great. And we're so proud that you also have a dedicated group for our GI cancer patients and support group. And you see there it meets Thursdays at 6:30, so fourth Thursday of the month. So we suspect many of you will be interested and involved in that. And so we want you to be in touch with us. Here's all of our social media. We welcome live tweets, whatever the heck that is. And hope you will enjoy this morning of content. Tag us on your social media, tell other friends about it. And after this is done, all of this content will also be available online to watch at a later date. So with that, we will kick off the morning.